What's going on? I'm Ryan Stewman, President and CEO of Closer Capital, and today I have my top funding specialist, Hamza, with me. I'm not on the front lines every single day like the members of the team over at Closer Capital, so I wanted to bring somebody who's talking to clients, dealing with lenders on the front lines every day to get some real-time feedback so that's not just me, the old talking head here at the Closer Capital channel. So Hamza, appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your busy schedule to sit in here with me. I kind of put you on the spot, but
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
so right now, what do you see the majority of business owners borrowing money for? Do you see a certain pattern or trend that's really taking place right now?
So, we fund almost any industry. I mean, even down to, we're doing crypto, a crypto mining company. But what I see
right.
a lot of people doing, like we got a lot of fix and flips going on. We've got a lot of DSCR cash outs. We have a lot of servicing companies that are waiting to get paid on different invoices will come to us to kind of meet the gap and still continue to do jobs, still continue to grow while they're waiting to get paid, like a lot of roofing companies, for example. But the issue that I see for a lot of these companies is they wait till they're on a downtrend to start asking for money, right? So a lot of guys, they'll wait and they'll be 2-3 months into their slower season, and then they'll say, hey, I need some capital, but I need 500 grand. And then when we go and look at their bank statements, it's an unsecured loan, right? And an unsecured line of credit. So the lender's taking a lot of risk. If they see you're on a downtrend, number one, it's harder to get you the amount you're asking for. And number two,
Declining income, scary.
yeah, it's scary, man, especially with the unpredictable, set of circumstances we're at right now.
And they don't care about the whole story. They just want the facts in front of them.
Oh, dealing with underwriters is like dealing with toddlers, man. Like they just see black and white, and if you're not in these little parameters,
Yeah.
they either can't do the deal or it's going to be more expensive. And a lot of guys, they'll wait until they're on that downtrend for a few months and then ask for the money. And we either can't get you the amount that that you're wanting to get, or if we can, it's going to be more expensive.
I see that. That last year I did a deal for a landscaping company. And, in Texas, they're busy until about maybe the end of October, 1st of November. And then, the freeze starts to kick in and they don't really kick back up till March, maybe, right? So you got a 3 or 4 month.
Right.
And this company, they're doing, $500,000-$600,000 a month during the summer in landscaping, mowing, recurring, all that. In the wintertime, you're not billing people if their grass is dead and stuff. And so he'd come to us and needed to cover his payroll, needed a significant amount of money. And in the summertime, like you said, makes a significant amount of money, but in the wintertime was literally almost out. And there's not a lot I could do for him other than give him the advice of, hey, next summer when shit's on top, let's take a loan out then and stack that money to get you through. Let's be, the grasshopper and the ant, you know what I mean? Let's be the ant to stack this stuff up during the busy season so that this doesn't happen. Because, dude, that's the one thing that it tugs on my heartstrings in all reality is the blue collar crowd, the guys that do landscaping, roofing, the seasonal people. I shouldn't even say blue collar, the seasonal people. It's tough because during the busy season, the last thing they're thinking about is borrowing money because they got money coming in left and right. Yeah. In Texas summer, HVAC guys are making a killing. In Texas winter, bro, they starve, but they're not thinking about borrowing money. They're thinking, I'll be better with it. I'll be more responsible. But then it happens every time. Your business grows, you get an opportunity, a big commercial deal pops up, you need more money. And it's always in the dead of winter when everybody else is slow and you ain't got no damn money. It's Murphy's Law, right?
Yeah, if you come apply with us and you're at a peak and we can get you a sizable line of credit, even if you're not using the whole thing or even at all, you just make the minimum draw, you still have that there to use in the slow season. And you get a better rate because you're at a peak. But if you come to us and we can still get you a line of credit, the amount might be a lot lower or the rate just might be higher. And you're going to say, oh man, this is too expensive. It's like, well, picture it from the lender's point of view. Like they're taking a huge risk by giving you money or giving you a line of credit when you look like you're going down, right? So if you're coming to us when you're at a peak, though, it's a lot easier for us to not only get you started and get your relationship going with the lenders, we can get you better deals down the line as well, and a lot faster, just because you're already establishing a relationship when it's a lot easier for you to pay down those loans a lot faster.
And that's the game. You know, you just like when you buy your first car, they say, "Oh, it's your first car. You got to pay a little bit more for it." Your first business loan's going to cost you slightly more than the guy that's been in business for 20 years. And you know, I was talking. I'll give you a prime example. I'm talking to my lawyer on Tuesday, and he, for his legal company, because they got to front a lot of money and stuff. He was telling me that his line of credit he has for his company is like way low single digit numbers, right? Like a significantly amount of less money than I have for my own personal lines of credit, right? And so when I look at my lawyer and he has significantly less interest rate than me, and I'm like, okay, I'm building my I see that there's another side. I thought I had a good deal now. Now I see that there's even another side when I get like rich lawyer money that to go over there and get cheaper money too, right? So the bigger my firm comes, the lower the cost of capital oftentimes.
Yeah, you got to pay your dues, but if you're
Yep.
paying them while you're on a downtrend, it's going to hurt a lot more than if you're paying them when you're on a
Yeah,
when you're on a peak.
100%.
Because the dues are going to be cheaper too. You know, if you're doing a badass job in the summer as a roofing company, and you absolutely don't need any of the money, who gives a shit? It's a write-off anyway. So take the money, use it to grow your business. So by the time it comes to the slow season, you could still be doing deals and still, being able to wait for those invoices to be paid without having to look for the money then.
So you mentioned earlier DSCR cash outs. What's all that about?
So
What are the parameters to?
basically, you'll take a property that has a tenant and it's cash flowing, and we can cash you out of that deal, and it has nothing to do with your personal finances at all, and the credit score requirement's minimal, and the entire deal is based off of the property, right? So based off of what the property makes, as long as it covers a certain amount of the above the actual loan payment with the rent, then they'll be able to cash you out of the deal up to 80-85% of the equity, and you could take that money and either buy and essentially buy another house with it, right? And the cool thing about it is you can do a bunch of these back to back to back, and it has nothing to do with your personal income at all. It's solely on the real estate.
Which is what the DSCR obviously debt service, but if the debt services itself, then
Yeah.
So do the tenants make the payment to Hamza LLC, or do the tenants make the payment directly to the servicer?
No, they make the payment to us.
Okay, so it's just like
whoever
renters
owns
now?
the house,
Got it.
and you would
Okay.
just make a mortgage payment on it, and it's up to 30 years, so the rates are cheap too. I mean, right now they're as low as what, like 5.99%.
Really?
Yeah, they're really low right now, and we can close those pretty quick too.
Is there a threshold they look for the payment to be 20% above the mortgage payment, or the rent to be 20%? Is there a number in there?
It depends on the area and how risky the deal is, but they can go as low as like what was it? Some deals they'll go as low as 0.75. So even if it's not ready yet, but it can get ready, like it's a value add opportunity. Like if you fix it up, then you'll get more rent for it. They'll still do the deal with you, right? So if there's a potential for the property to bring in more money, then they'll do the deal even if it's not covering
Gotcha. So
the
if you're
entire
going to
thing.
upgrade it, hey, I'm going to upgrade
Yeah.
the cabinets, or maybe expand the property, or whatever the
Right.
case may be,
Yeah.
that services it. They'll give you the money. Man, that's great. I've funded 2 of these myself last year, but I've never done one for myself, so I wasn't exactly sure what those thresholds and stuff. That's huge. So, if you're really trying to, the big piece of that, if you're trying to, especially if you're young, and you're trying to build a portfolio without a bunch of money. Used to in the past, you had to know somebody, to get private money from, or you had to have a rich uncle that would go out and buy houses. Now, if you find the right property, you can prove it on paper, show that the rent will cover the debt. There's an opportunity for, the next generation of entrepreneurs, especially the real estate entrepreneurs, is to legitimately use the bank as your lender for the first time ever, no matter what your credit, no matter what your income, like you're talking about. So the key is to go out there and search for those proper properties that are going to fit the guidelines that you can get these DSCR loans against. And like Hamza said, there's no limit to the amount that you can have, because they're all going to service them.
And the great thing is there's companies out there that provide turnkey properties ready to go that you can literally they place the tenant and they list them on a website, and they'll show you the price and what the return is, and you can literally just nitpick which one you want. The only rule they have with DSCR really is you cannot be a first-time home buyer. You have to own a home yourself, but that's it. Like it doesn't matter what what the value of the home that you own is.
Right.
You just have to own a home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, there's a guy that's been in my DMs. We need to look at this. Okay. There's a guy in my DMs, and he sent me an email, and he's got these cube houses, storage facility houses or storage container houses over in Little Elm here, so the city next door to where we're at. And they own the land, but they sell you the house, and they're 90 grand. And so you lease the land, 100-year leasehold deal, right? It's the same as HOA or whatever. But they say they rent these things out for like $1,600 a month because they're 3-bedroom, 2-story, 2-car garage.
So the
they're
trick
90 G's. You think we could get DSCR loans against them? Maybe
Not
for
yet.
us or our clients? Or
Not yet, not on the modular stuff yet.
Okay.
But I do want to say, like right now, the government is paying an absurd amount of money for Section 8, like ridiculous amounts of money for Section 8. Like
Right.
The rents are,
It's by the bedroom, not the price.
yeah, it is absurd. Like you can get a property in St. Louis for 75 grand and end up making like $1,800 a month off of the property, right? And it's guaranteed income because they cover up to 100%. Those are really, really easy to do DSCR loans on.
That's smart.
And again, there's plenty of resources that we can, if somebody has questions about where to find these, I mean, I know all of them. I've been in the real estate game for 17 years, right? And then on the, do you want to go into the fix and flip side?
Yeah, yeah.
And then on the fix and flips, we provide 100% of the financing for the rehab, and up to 92% loan to cost. So, and the rates are like as low as like 9 on the fix and flips, and we give you up to 12 months with also extensions being an option. And then on the back end of a fix and flip, you can turn around and actually cash it out with a DSCR if you wanted to just keep it as a rental. So there's a lot, and the cool thing about the fix and flip ones, you can close those within 48 hours. Those are a lot faster to close.
Y'all do close those quick.
Yeah, DSCR usually needs an appraisal, but the fix and flips don't. We do spec home financing, same thing. We do financing for builders from the ground up, even first-time builders, like brand new guys, no experience, they've never built before. We can do that too. So there's a lot of options that will help you work with, especially getting started in the real estate investing space. And I don't think there's been an opportunity like this before where it's just that easy to get into it. And I think it's safe to say, like, I don't think anybody can beat our rates anyway. Like, I've talked to a lot of people last couple of days, and not a single one has mentioned anything indicating that anybody else can beat our rate. Because I've heard what they're paying, 13, 14, 15%. We come in a lot lower.
Well, dude, we've also been building the brand, the reputation, scouring the right people with money and the right lenders. So that doesn't surprise me because we've been determined to get to the bottom of the rabbit hole of the best deal that we could offer our clients. The better,
100%.
better we make it for you guys, the better it is for us because you're going to come back to us. You're going to tell everybody about us. You'll be like, these guys got secret money. They're the best.
One more thing is a lot of things we do, a lot of times for these real estate investors, we get them an unsecured line of credit too. So sometimes, like we had
materials
one client,
and shit like that.
not only that,
covering
but
your,
the 10% down that you need, you can pull it from the line of credit, and the line of credit takes what 48, 72 hours to get you, start to finish. So if you move quickly, yeah, if you get us all your shit, like if you get us all your stuff, but you can even use that as your down payment.
That's right. Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that. With I need to do more videos with us talking about the real estate side of this because there's unlimited opportunity on the business side too. But as far as the combination of the two of them, the average investor doesn't know that they've went from a single blade knife to a Swiss Army knife because of what we've created here. So that is cool.
And I've never seen wholesalers get lines of credit. We've done plenty of them for wholesalers.
Like I see them.
Yeah.
You know me, I see everything.
Yeah.
So we're
getting wholesalers lines of credit. We got a real estate agent at $800,000 line of credit.
That's right.
An agent.
Yeah.
Off of their commissions. So I mean, it's hard to say that we don't have a solution for everybody unless you just we'll tell you what to do if we don't.
Well, if they want to run a scenario by you, you want to give them your email so they can shoot you an email?
Yeah. It's Hamza at closercap.com, HAMZA, Ham with a ZA at the end. So.
Ham with the ZA.
Yeah, I was born and raised in the South, man. I got called Hammy, Hambone, all that stuff. Hey, Hammy. What's up, Hammy? How you doing? Yeah, so.
Yeah, I bet you have been called a little bit of everything. These
little
guys
bit,
in
man.
the
They're like,
South,
"How do you pronounce your
they
name?" I
don't
was like,
pronounce, foreign names don't do well in the
I'm
South.
like, bro,
you
just
know.
call me whatever. I answered all of them. Like, I don't even know which one's right anymore. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's why we say sir and ma'am down here. We don't know how to say nobody's names, so we just call everybody. They think we're being polite. We're just ignorant.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, reach out to Hamza if you got a scenario. Hit him up, send him an email, run your stuff by him. Be more than happy to. Hamza and I have worked together for better part of a decade at this point. He's been in real estate the whole entire time, so he knows the business stuff well too, but he knows the real estate side of things from an investment stuff on lock. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Send this to somebody who might be interested in one of those DSCR cash out loans that we were talking about, or some of the other stuff. Leave a comment below. We also have, we check these comments daily so that we can reply to them and engage with you guys as well. Thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video next week.